Hello, great to have your company wherever you're watching right around Australia, and welcome to Sydney's Parramatta Raceway for the second running of the Stadium Off-Road Grand Prix. The weather conditions here tonight fairly cold, but will warm you up with some red-hot motor racing, no doubt about that. My co-commentator for proceedings will be Steve Marr. Steve, you spend the large majority of your year following these guys around. What can we expect tonight?
Well, certainly we're going to expect more of what we saw last year. These guys are normally used to racing around through the bush. Bring them inside a circuit like this, and there's going to be a lot of bumping and, so we say, paint swapping going on. It'll be really action-packed.
What about the format for tonight's racing?
Well, we're going to race with 4 divisions of off-road races, Super 1600 and Unlimited buggies, and 2 different divisions of tin tops, what we call mini metal and heavy metal. We're also going to see some quad races, some dune buggies, and just a few other little things which I'm sure will surprise you, particularly with Dean Gall and Craig Dack.
Last year, the inaugural event here attracted a huge crowd, and certainly looking at the turnstiles tonight, they're clicking once again.
Oh yes, I'm sure the people went home last year very, very happy with what they saw. It was a great entertaining evening, and tonight will be just the same, no doubt about it. Certainly
will be. We look forward to bringing you the action once again. Welcome to the Parramatta City Raceway. Triple M sponsoring the 1993 Stadium Off-Road Grand Prix. You heard Steve Marr mention tin tops as being one of the categories tonight. Well, the man to beat is Big Bob Stanfield, and I caught up with him a short time ago. Bob, welcome back to Parramatta City Raceway. Obviously a very exciting opportunity for all off-roaders.
Yeah, great night. A little bit chilly, but a few rugs and it'll all be on.
How different or how difficult is it for you to make the transition to this tighter circuit as opposed to what you normally do?
Well, some of the long course circuits are very tight, but obviously not as tight as a stadium event. But the drivers are very adaptable. They can handle it quite well.
Is there any major changes with vehicle setup?
Yes, they tend to sit them a little bit closer to the ground, virtually lower the cars to compete in this type of event as opposed to a lot more suspension travel in long course.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for the first race, and racing we're going. Keep an eye on Bob Stansfield here tonight as they head down into the left-hander. Welcome along to Parramatta City Raceway, second running of the Stadium Off-Road Grand Prix.
Through the hairpin, the right-hand hairpin back towards one of the jumps in the back straightaway. Now we're, for the first time tonight, getting a handle on how the course runs.
Over the doubles and now into the left-hander. It's tight here as we pick them up going along the back chute. You'll notice that Bob Stansfield is already up into third, starting off the back of the field. See whether or not he can make some ground up as they have to do a bit of dirt tracking through here. Try and hold it tight out of here, then back over the jump again. I tell you what, they're standing on the gas as they come across the wire.
Yep, over the tabletop. 804 out in front. Ian Henley, the leader. Oh,
how tight is that? Okay, he gets through there. Stansfield can't make up too much. Some of the others still on the brakes as they head into the very tight turn there. Wow,
oh, what a pass.
Fabulous stuff there as he came out, but look at the run to the next turn. And Headley's back in there again now. Down the inside and really taking advantage of that as they make the sweep through that turn. No doubt about who's gone through the front. That's Bob Stansfield in the Nissan Navara. What a pass that was.
These are 4-lap events, 4-lappers, and having the first 3 broken away from the rest of the pack as they come once more to the main straightaway. Over the tabletop, the suspension really stretched out. Back to the home straightaway. Once more down the back straight. They're starting to head towards the critical time now. Steve Marr has been following these events for a long, long time. Steve, talk us through this one.
Well, certainly I didn't expect Bob to get quite to the front quite so quickly as he did, but he had a real good passing manoeuvre going into turn 2 onto the speedway circuit there. Now he's clearing out on the rest of the field. Fabio Zaffatti in the Mitsubishi Pajero Turbo is making a good run of it now. He's managed to get a little bit of distance on Ian Headley, but I'm sure the big Bronco's going.
Oh,
this is.
Hey, was he foxing there? He seemed to go to the top of the track and buy for time. 1 lap to go. Is he that confident that he can again pull it off as they come up here for over the jump and coming down? That's the double. Now we go to the right-hand hairpin. And he swing back here. Is he going to do it again at this next corner, Steve?
If he can get the right line, if he can get the power down to the ground. Fabio's got 4-wheel drive, so he's obviously going to be able to get the power down a lot better. They go over the first of the jumps, heading for the triple. They're almost side by side as they come down through turns 3 and 4.
He's staying down as low as possible, around the outside, heading for the checkered flag, the first race of the night. They almost got a dead heat in midair. How did you call it?
Whenever there's a pool, there's always a drink. Whenever there is food, there's always
as the buggies get away into the left-hander. First round held here earlier this afternoon. A couple of surprises because these competitors are very, very close.
They certainly are. Colin Jobe is from Tamworth. He's the first one up there. He's got Howard Ford in the Bridgestone Hunter Ribmaster right on his tail there. Third place is Doug Adams from up Singleton Way.
What a tricky turn that is. If you get it right getting in there and really hold it tight on the inside line, you're a chance then to pull 3 car lengths coming off onto the back straight.
Well, that's certainly half the trick, certainly, is to get yourself positioned just right. Jobe back again through on Howard Ford. Oh, Howard Ford went through the mud puddle there. He's probably lost most of the vision that he had. But Colin Jobe is really getting that car launching off the triple jumps there, almost making all 3 in one go. Dougie Adams making up some good ground now. Doug Adams' car was only completed a couple of weeks ago. So this is a run for virtually a new car. He's only run it once before at Milberdale and got a good result there, so good stuff for him.
Joe got her up on 2 wheels then, but with the inside 2 that actually jumped off the ground. I think he was trying to keep it flat planing across there, but he looks pretty sharp as he comes along the front straight heading down into the left-hander. So he's doing a good job. Colin Jobe from the Hunter.
We've got a sin bin, our first sin bin for the night. Colin Jobe, I've just been informed, has been stung for a jump start. He jumped the flag before the go. I suppose that gives him a good reason to be in front. Yeah. But he's been given the sin bin sign, which means that as he completes this lap, he must pull off the circuit down to the sin bin right in front of the commentary position here. He'll get a 5-second penalty, which is effectively going to put him right out of the lead.
Well, he doesn't look like he's heading to the sin bin, boy. I tell you
he's not taking notice of that sin bin sign. He's being shown again.
He's got the white flag here, so he's got 1 to go as they head down to the bottom corner. I guess that's going to give Howard Ford the win because I'll take the checker next time around. So Ford's done a pretty good job. He's been over the whole second, and that gap from the leader back to second is probably about the same back to third. Colin Jobe gets away into the left-hander. Just a dab of the brakes, gets it sideways through there, accelerates hard out of that turn, and he opens that up to probably 6 or 8 car lengths now. Checkered flag time. He'll be greeted here with maybe a ping, but Colin Jobe will come off the final turn. Put your hands together. Colin Jobe, he'll probably get pinged for the start, but he'll take the checkered flag first. So Jobe is across the line. 905 coming in for the second spot. Howard Ford trying to take the lead before they get down to the first turn. It's going to be pretty tight here for the left-hander. 408 will lead them down to the bottom turn. That's Mike Newton. See if he can hold. Yes, he can.
That's Robert Pagan in the Mazda Rotary Ute. He's got a very good start there. Normally the Bahas with the engine over the back get a very good start, but Pagan's really got it together.
Oh, Newton got it very much sideways, but he gets out of that corner all right, and he'll work his way across to the left-hand side, out of this jump, and then hard on the brakes and get the tail around and try and accelerate like hell out of there.
Neville Taylor in car 402, the white Baha, making his way up into third place now. He's had a good position. He's getting over the jumps a lot better than the little Mazda.
He sure is.
He's taking a passing move through turns 3 and 4. Now it'll be an exercise in grunt down the main straight. Taylor's got it.
He did a good job with that. Mike Newton still continues to lead into the left-hander. It's tricky getting in there because the track's a little on the wet side. Tends to push the front end badly, and I tell you what, our third place boy is under a little bit of pressure. He was thinking about making a run there for second spot, just couldn't do it.
We've got Taylor and Pagan and Chris Watman now joining in for the race for second place. Watman looking for a way around the outside of the Mazda. He's not going to find it there as they go up back into turn 2, back onto the speedway circuit. Taylor has gone so wide, he's lost about 5 car lengths, back in 4th place now.
If he was any wider, he'd be at Auburn. Okay, come down the front straight, lap still running out, couple still to run. I tell you what, the man who bolted off to take the lead before the first turn, Mike Newton, doing this very comfortably. What a gap he's opened up over the rest of them.
Chris Watman now looking for an inside pass on Pagan. He gets up beside him as they come through the first of the hairpins. Up over the jumps together. The Baha's got the better suspension for that, and he makes the running.
Did he what? Hey, that was a good move, wasn't it?
Now, so Pagan's going to get under pressure from Taylor again as Taylor tries to make up for that big faux pas he had 1 lap ago.
Well, he only had half a faux pas there, but he lost still a bit of ground as they came out of that turn. They'll take the white flag with 1 lap to go this time down the front straight, and you'll find it's Mike Newton getting away in 408. Watch him as he gets into this turn. Quick, hard dab here with the brakes. So down and gets out of here. Actually, he's been quicker through there the last couple of laps, but he holds quite a good lead. Could say Newton's law at this stage. He's got to the front. That's where he intends to stay.
Tail and Howard making a good run over the double jumps or the triple jumps, looking for an outside pass on Pagan. He's not going to find that way. Pagan sliding right outside, making it very hard for Taylor to make room through there. Keith Fordham also making a passing move on Steve McDougall in the Falcon Tyres car.
Yeah, that is a good move, and down on the inside. Checkered flag time, and it looks like Mike Newton is going to steer out of here and go on to win in 4:08. Let's give him a hand as he gets the bug across the line. Does that very nicely. And here they come down the front straight.
Steve Jones has got the drop on the flag, and Bob Graham looking for a way underneath him as they all pack up as they go into the first turn.
Gee, there's some interesting lines, varied and many through that turn. And they sound good too.
It's a good big field in this one. Look, keep your eyes out for car 4. It's the Goodyear car, the yellow car. That's an Australian-built stadium special, that one there, so it should come through the field quite well.
So you got it wide through there, a bit of ground to make up. A couple snuck up the inside, but he got the power on early, and we have a dice going here for the lead.
So Steve Jones and Bob Graham side by side through turns 3 and 4. I'll get that right in a minute. And over the tabletop side by side.
Love it.
Bob Graham, who's got the line for the corner.
Yeah, Bob Graham, but he leaves a little gap open there and pays the penalty and actually stops. And they all manage to get by, so we have a dead engine down there, I think. No, he's picked up a gear again.
You got to find that right gear. But Steve Jones, he's got the run on it now. Although I'm sure he's going to find himself under pressure very quickly from Bruce Watman in car 4. And Andrew Zeems in car 214.
Yeah, Watman making a big run here, looking for the lead.
Round the outside, it's the slippery way around. Steve Jones is going to have the run, but no, it's Bruce Watman who's got the right sort of power to make it round the outside.
Gee, that was a good move. He gave them a good start and was able to take advantage. Made a wide line entry to the back straight to pick them all up and got around the leader under full power on the outside. That's the hot way to go.
Well, there's a mover through the pack though. The Funko, the Firestone Funko of Chris Owen from Victoria has come through there and is now running in second place.
Yeah, he's made a good run through the pack. Actually might be able to put a bit of pressure on the race leader. White flag is out. 1 lap to go this time. The Super 1600 buggies brought to you by Komatsu. Look at him making up the ground as they head to the bottom turn. So Chris Owen, the man on the move at the moment, still in second, and he's got about 3/4 of a lap to go. I don't know whether he'll be able to pull in Bruce Watman. We'll have to wait and see. He's giving it a good shot though.
He's certainly trying very hard, but one of the other movers in the pack there, car 316, Jason Graham, in the little 1200cc car. He's now found himself up into 3rd place.
He's
Against the field of 1600s. He's doing very well.
He has done very well indeed. But our Goodyear entry is Bruce Watman. And put your hands together. He's coming in to take the checker, and he's done it from behind. Bruce Watman in the Goodyear entry. He gets across the line and picks up the win. 215 picks up second spot. That's Chris Owen, and a bit of a gap there.
They're away.
You get a better view of it than we do because we're tucked in behind. We can't actually see him off the start.
Glenn Owen in the Owen Holmes entry has come through to take the front running there, but he's got, looks like Richard Bennett in the Yokohama entry in second place. Oh, he's run.
He's frisky.
Darren Maggs in the Chenoweth Magnum, almost jumping straight on the top of Glenn Owen there.
I think that's cost him dearly.
It certainly cost Owen. He's pulled it off.
That's bad luck. He got off to a pretty good start. Say nothing about the man that's running there without the front end in the car.
Darren Maggs has done some very serious damage to the front end of that car.
Yeah, that's been a costly coming together in the first corner. But our race,
Richard Bennett in the Yokohama car.
Yeah, Richie's away to a good start. It's out by about 5 car lengths. 166 there running back behind him, or 116 I might be on that Osborne. But
166, that's Mick Carey, that's teammate to Richard Bennett. So we've got 2 Yokohama cars coming in 1-2.
Well, the yellow flag out there on the back shed, I guess that's because we have that one pulled up over there on the back straight, making sure the driver just about to step out of that and walk away. So we've lost a couple in this one.
We certainly have. We've also got Aaron McClintock, who's parked on virtually right on the apex of the corner, coming back out onto the circuit proper. So we're 2 cars virtually in the similar place. but it's Richard Bennett who's taking the front, running over the tabletop. Mick Cowie still holding station in second for a good year, Yokohama 1-2, and Neville Boys in the Hellbuck buggy looking good for third, but it's Dave Mendham who's making a run up on the outside.
I think second on the leader might be a bit of a chance here in a sec. He closed up dramatically into turn number 1. Leader's got a wire gain into the next left-hander. It depends how tight. He's got a good line through there, though. So positions unchanged as they come around. White flag out with 1 lap to go. In this, the Unlimited Buggies presented by Triple M.
170, Dave Mendham, who was making a good run there for third place, has come through with a flat tyre.
He's done all right. Richie Bennett will lead them, though, into this last lap of the race. And Bennett gets away again from his pursuers, opens that up to 3 or 4 car lengths and goes back through the infield again. Yellow flag still flying, warning the drivers they have not moved those 2 cars that are stationary. Doesn't worry Bennett, he's got a butte line out through there onto the back straight and will skip away well and truly from the rest of the field. Actually, he's opened more up in this lap than he did in the last. So the final turn coming up, and Richie Bennett's going to win this one. Comes off turn number 4, checkered flag at the ready, so give him a hand. He wins the Unlimited Buggy event tonight, the second time round for the Unlimiteds with the quads. Now, if you like your racing air condition, grab a sight of these guys. Cole Robinson goes through to take over the lead, but look how tight it is down here. And if any of these got, yeah, that's exactly what I thought would happen. It's very wet getting into that turn. You put the brakes on to try and get in there, and the front end will just travel straight out from underneath you. But Robinson will lead them through turn number 2 now, under a little bit of pressure. So he goes over the jump here now. You've got to put it really tight over this jump, stand on it and get it around sideways and protect your inside.
It's a very different technique and a very different discipline right in these things. It's a combination of an off-road buggy and a motorcycle. You can't lean it into the corner. You've got to sort of slide it on the power. As you can see here, Robinson in control as they come through this really fast left-hander onto the main jump.
I tell you what, he's under a little bit of pressure indeed. Down here again on the brakes. Make sure you get off that wet spot. So Robinson leads out of there, gains a bike length, but it's all lost again by the time they get to the next corner. Depends how brave you are over the jumps.
Neil Stachner in second place. He's giving him plenty as they come up the back part of the circuit, over the bumps.
And trying to set it up here for an early pass on the inside or even the exit. Can he do it? I think he's got maybe a quicker bike. He sure has. So Neil goes through on the inside to take the lead away. Cole Robinson still runs in second, and boy, haven't they opened a gap over the rest of the field.
Sure have, the Suzuki runners as they hit the main jump once again.
This
Stachner in control.
Stachner will lead into turn number 1.
See if Robinson can fight back over this difficult infield section. A little bit more conservative over the bumps that time.
He would be for your kneecaps and what are above them.
So Stachner in control as they come onto the back part of the circuit and the back straight indeed once again. And Robinson being left behind, 2, 3, 4 bike lengths over the jumps.
Yep, Stachner getting well and truly away. They've got the white flag out, so he's got 1 lap to go. He drifts a little out of there, and up on the inside comes Robinson, but I think Stachner's got enough in reserve here as he gets in. Backs her off, gets the tail just about right here to pick up the dirt, which he does. He's using the dirt out there in the groove.
Whoa, Robinson almost goes over the handlebars, but he managed to gather it up, and he's closed right in under brakes on Stachner as they come through the infield once again. There's still a chance here for Robinson to make up the ground.
Well, there is, but he's really got to stand on it as they come out of here. And Stachner seems to have plenty of ticker, let me tell you. He gets away from Robinson now, and here he comes. Give him a hand as he comes on to take the first of the Suzuki quad races tonight. Stachner comes across the line to beat home Cole Robinson.
They're spectacular things as they get the power down. The dune buggies flying over the jumps. Very simple space frame construction. You can see the drivers are pretty exposed to the elements here, and the tangle on the first corner as they sort themselves out.
Well, Vince Blanche was in that. He took the lead away, but he's not going to move that ruddy tyre down there, I'll tell you.
Plenty of biff and barge as they come through the infield for the first time.
Yeah, good stuff. Come over the jumps down to the very tight left-hander. Some of them are trying to get in there wide and keep it on all the way through. Doesn't really work if you've got the hot setup around the inside. It's definitely quicker, but our leader's going to find himself under a little bit of pressure here. Coming off turn number 4, and the quick way is to do it right around the outside until the man in front of you moves across. But still leading them on number 9, Vince Blanche, into the left-hander. So he's done pretty well. He's led it a lap, and he's been under a little pressure there.
Sure has. Bit of car 23. John Towers. And these cars, don't forget, are on enemy territory. They're not used to this mud running. They're built for the sand. Strange sort of weight distribution, all the weight over the back wheels, and a wheel stand at the slightest pretext. They've had a tangle down at the first corner.
They're much better if they're on 4 wheels rather than resting on 2.
Yellow flags are out.
Yep.
And Marshall's trying to right the car. Back on its wheels.
And the driver's quite okay, so give him a hand. Just going to try and push it off the racetrack at the moment. Blanche will lead them. 23 still runs in the second spot as they come down the front straight. That's John Towers. Third gets through there as well, so they're all clear. They've been able to move that car that got on its side.
Well, Blanche is really attacking this race. 2-litre Volkswagen engine. Look at the power of the second car there, car 23, John Towers. Things snaps backwards onto the rear wheels as he accelerates through the midsection. Field separating a bit down the back straight.
He's very quick through there, Towers, and makes up a lot of ground on Blanche. Look at him this time. But then he tends to get a little wide, or actually our leader Blanche gets wide out of there. Half the trick would be getting him on the inside over the jumps. They've taken the white flag, 1 to go. So Blanche still leads it. Towers running in second spot, but he got around and lost a little bit of ground that time. They're coming up on a lap car at the moment for our race leader.
Keith Toward in third position, making big inroads in this final lap. He's a bit slow out of the hairpin. So it comes down to a battle between the 2 front guys, Vince Blanche.
Could be on here. Vince Blanche getting away just marginally. But
Towers following through. He's closing on him. Hand over fist as they come up to take the checker.
He's got to have a big run down here, but you'll notice every time the leader drifts out through there. So Blanche is going to get it. Put your hands together. 23 gets home for the second spot, John Towers. And folks, as they come down the front straight, jump! Holy moly! That gets away to a pretty good start. Wayne Clough and Clint Morris. Oh, they can have that. I want to see Brutus Beefcake on one of these with Harley.
Well, it's a pretty wild ride for the passenger over these bumps, let me tell you. Bike 8 leads them through Wayne Clough and Clint Morris. Just see the numbers there. I think it's bike 12 in second position, Terry Gunter, David Oliver. And they're sorting themselves out in this first lap. The Harry Stuff, third place, sneaks through for second.
And I think he's going to get the lead here, is he not? He's left the gap open there. You've put a Foden through.
Actually, I think we've got the lead retiring. No, they're coming back into the race. I thought they may have had a problem there, but they're back into third position.
Whoop, a bit sideways out of there, but time to straighten it up and fill the air, run up your pants.
Bike 111, Tony Grieve and Steve Atkinson lead the race now.
Look at the passenger getting down here on the inside. Second spot goes away.
That wasn't a bad fight back from Clough and Morris. That second stint, but they've been picked up by combination number 12, Terry Gunter and David Oliver. This bike's pretty evenly matched, Mike.
Yeah, half the trick is not to get it too wide. Although I think down here he'll probably get the drive off the turn to the outside and get the lead back again, which he does. But still pretty tight down the back straight, and he seems to just a touch out of puff there. Then you've got to get it on sideways and try and get the tail out a little bit. And I tell you, these boys have all closed up as they come around. White flag out. Come on, give them a bit of encouragement. Who's going to win this one?
Clint Morris gets right down low as they come around the slider. Here he goes again, hanging out the side of the chassis. This tight left-hander takes him back onto the midfield section.
Here's Gunter still challenging. Here he makes a big run. Hang on to a son. Over the jumps now. Get to the right-hander as quick as you can. If you get caught out there, oh, he just gets moved up as well. So he gets away again. Gunter's still trying to keep the pressure on, but can't do much about it. He gets into a situation where he gets down the inside, as you can see him try to do it here, but just can't handle it. So Wayne Clough will get away again. Here comes Gunter back again, but down the inside this time. But the option gets shut off on the inside for him. Now he's got to think about going around the outside. That's way too tough. Number 8's going to come out of here, and that's the combo of Wayne Clough and Clint Morris. They take the checkered flag. 12 across the line in second. Terry Gunter, David Oliver. Alrighty, fair enough. Okay, looks like they're off. The green flag is down.
Okay, Dax in number 2. There's Dak on the outside, so obviously it's Stephen Gall in number 1. I was waiting for the left-hand side. So it's Stephen Gall in front, and Craig Dack is trailing him to the back straightaway. They're in Toyota Land Cruisers. They will not be jumping the Land Cruisers in the main straightaway unless they've really changed the plot to the main straightaway. Fair dinkum about it. Gall goes up high. Dack's trying to feather his way to the inside.
That's the quick way to do it because the track's a little on the slick side, and actually Dack went through there pretty quickly, and they've all got to switch to the outside on the back straightaway. So here, two of motocross's finest riders playing at four-wheel drive in the Toyota Land Cruiser.